Hello, I'm Raph. I'm playing a Warforged Gloomforged named Styx. He is a Paladin and has been recently reawakened and is learning about the world around him with some new friends that he's just met.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a kind of a charismatic Druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
Hi, my name is Josh. I am from the Roll Together RPG stream, and I will be playing Killian Maxwell, a half-elf warlock who has come to Barovia. He was with the party previously but has lost them and has joined up with the Tempest Guild on their adventures.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello! Hello! Greetings! Hello and welcome everybody to our Curse... Oh, that was a nice delayed salutations. I love that. Greetings one and all, welcome back to our Curse of Strahd campaign and to the Lost Archives. We are ready, we are raring to go. Despite the PC troubles that have prevented us playing other campaigns, Curse of Strahd has maintained itself as the ultimate D&D campaign that cannot be stopped by floods, by fire, or by a Windows update. And we will never let Windows Update prevent us from streaming. We are back. We are ready. So we are going to be jumping into the session straight away. I know we ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger last session. The only announcements I have to share are two really quick ones. Raph is unable to join us tonight. He is feeling quite unwell, so I will play the character of Styx. I have not yet mastered the voice, so that's going to be great. I will do my best to emulate Styx's voice as much as I can. We also have an apology from Andrew. I think he is currently still at work. It looks like he's been held back quite late, so we may or may not see him a little bit later. So I will also play the character of Raspip tonight as well. Luckily, Raspip's voice is much easier to do, so I don't need to worry about that either. So that's the sort of two apologies we have to have, but everyone else is here tonight. Everyone else is ready and raring to go. The other fun announcement I have to share is that on Sunday the 19th of May, at a time that is still being confirmed, we are going to be running a live stage D&D session at the Collector's Market in Beanley. I'm going to be a player. I'm going to be playing a Yuan T Paladin. I've got the costume all ready to go. I'll do a test run of the costume this weekend, take some photos and chuck it up on YouTube and in the Discord, including the face paint. Alice is going to have a practice of drawing scales in face paint. I think I'm going to look like a clown at a children's birthday, but that's okay. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to be having a really fun session. So it's going to be on Sunday the 19th at the Collector's Market in Beanley. I think at this point it's looking like it might be around 10 a.m, but I will let you know when we know the final time. I'll chuck it up as a post. And for those of you who want to see the details about my character, I'll also be posting the character sheet up as well as a picture, just if anyone wanted to check out and see if you've got any advice on what spells I should take, or if you want to have any suggestions for the character, let me know. At this stage, it's going to be an Oath of Redemption Paladin. We've been told that it's a death run. Like, expect to lose party members, expect to lose characters. It's going to be like a pretty brutal session. So I've gone for the Paladin that really favors non-violence and really focuses on like healing and keeping people alive. I've decided my mission is going to be to basically prevent anyone from dying, and also hopefully blocking some combat wherever I can as well, because that's quite fun. Awesome. Alrighty. That's the only fun announcement I have to share. If you watch the Return of the Giants campaign, you'll all know Christian. He's going to be the DM for that, so it should be lots and lots of fun. Okay, let's do our recap. Unless anyone else has any fun news to share, otherwise we'll do our recap and jump into the session. Nah, all looking good, feeling good. Brilliant. Alrighty, let me quickly pull open the recap and we will get ready. Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild. Theo, Luther, Jonor, Grinner, and Tithla. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, the team had been travelling west in hopes of an escape from this dark land. After seeking respite and healing at the Abbey of St. Markovia, the actions of the party have made waves which now rock the balance of power in Barovia. After losing a member of the party, disappearing in the night, the team have reactivated an ancient Warforged-like construct called Styx, who has joined them in their journeys. They have also forged a friendship with Killian, an adventurer from a distant realm, but it is their newest ally who offers the strongest chance for challenging Strahd and Sergei. Having just received news of an attack on the Wizard of Wine's vineyard by the druids of Yester Hill, Theo, Styx, and Tithla have left the abbey and rushed on ahead, using featherfall tokens from the abbot to allow them to descend the mountain quickly. Meanwhile, back at the abbey, Luther began a magical ceremony, empowered and assisted by Jonor and Killian, in an attempt to restore the abbot to his original divine alignment. With the combined might of these divine-inclined adventurers, the magic of the ceremony spell took hold, golden light surrounding the abbot as his alignment and allegiance to Lysander, goddess of light, was restored. The darkness and corruption of Barovia washed away in a single surge of divine power. While Killian stayed behind at the abbey to assist the abbot in preparations to move against the darkness of this land, Jonor and Luther rushed to rejoin the party. Meanwhile, the others had bumped into another old acquaintance, a gnome sorcerer the party had previously worked with back in Vallaki. After discovering his goal was to wipe out the druids for attempting to steal from him, an alliance was once again forged. Before they could arrive at the winery, however, the team was stopped by Stefania Martikov, daughter of the winery owner Davian. Leading the team through to a secret camp, they met with Lara Martikov, older sister of Davian, who was very keen to plan an attack on the druids. Providing vital information and the status of the vineyard, the team spent the remaining time planning and gathering further intel. With Jonor and Luther arriving soon after, a plan of attack was devised. Theo and Styx would offer themselves as combined bait and distraction for the druids, allowing the others to silently approach and get ready for an ambush. The plan basically worked perfectly. A lone druid immediately approaching Theo and, after some back and forth, challenging Theo to single combat. Taking advantage of this excellent distraction, the others moved forward, quickly discovering, however, that blights were hiding amongst the vines. Meanwhile, Styx made it inside the farmhouse and discovered a number of other druids watching the fight. However, he was able to pretend to be a mindless construct, and they left him to guard the stairs. We left off last session mid-combat, however, as the druid fighting Theo called out the name Wintersplinter, now alerted to the presence of the other combatants by a notification from the druids hiding inside. That is where we left off last session, as the druid who you had been going toe-to-toe with Theo, hearing this sort of sharp, piercing whistle coming from the farmhouse, turned around, called out, "Are you sure?" "Right, okay." "Wintersplinter!" The ground shakes, and you watch as this enormous tree behind the house suddenly begins to twist and writhe, the branches shaking ominously, as a large crack opens up down the middle, and then another. The tree splitting into these almost like human-like arms pulling out from the trunk, branches swirling around it. You see birds taking flight in fright from the upper boughs of the tree. As an enormous foot rises and steps over the farmhouse, you see this incredible sight. A humanoid tree, roots around its lower trunk torn out of the earth. These enormous gouges and hollow sections, enormous footprints that it had left behind, very similar to what you had seen back in the earlier sections of the vineyard, the lower portions of the vineyard. And as this enormous tree steps over and stands in the courtyard, the druid facing off against you, Theo, nods over towards the vineyard behind you, pointing towards the vines. They're in there, Wintersplinter. Root them out. Destroy them. I'll deal with this one. And with that, he turns back to you, Theo. Well, lad, you ready to keep going?
You don't seem to be destroying this so far, so by all means continue. If you're willing to start, but I'm still waiting.
I love that you're speaking in his mind for all of this, like coming at him through the medium of telepathy.
Is that little chat bubble there I see? Do I recall correctly that was me getting cursed?
Yes, you have been cursed with the. Yeah, that was right. You failed one of your con saves, and unfortunately, you contracted the. We're going to call it the Curse of Decay, but it is essentially a mummy's curse.
Yeah, good. So I can't heal.
Yeah. So the stats of this druid have been kindly brought to you by Josh from Roll Together RPG, who spent his channel points to create as a final farewell and probably a fuck you to the team. Summoned this druid using his channel points. This is obviously using the stats of a. Let me just quickly pull it open again. Of a fungal servant from the Candlekeep Mysteries, which is a really cool monster. It's like a blighted mummy lord, is the best way to describe it. So, we're going to jump straight... Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? We're going to jump straight back into the initiative. The druid is using his action to summon Wintersplinter. He does not have his action. He then turns back towards you, Theo. You watch as he pulls out his staff that he's had on his back, draws a line in the dirt around him, and then puts the staff back on his back, and then holds his hands together, focusing. That is the end of his turn. We jump straight back up to the top of the initiative, which is Tithla.
In terms of throwing objects,
yeah,
Tithla's pretty good. What sort of range would we be looking at for normal and then disadvantage?
That's a really good question.
My question based upon the throwing of a super alchemist fire.
Yeah, that's.
I
was going to say, I think let's have a quick look at the standard rules, but I think there are actually standard rules for throwing things, so that should be fairly easy to find.
20 and then 60.
I'm sorry, whose side are you on?
Look,
he's on the side of truth. As a fellow DM, Tom is on the side of truth, and I respect you for that, Tom. I believe it is.
As a DM, I'm trying to find any way to wriggle out of it, get my own back on somebody.
Look, I'm sure that's true, but unfortunately, that doesn't help you here. Yeah. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it is 20. 20? Yeah, it is.
Alright. Tom, I hate you. Cool. Tithla will
welcome.
Run forward.
Thank you, Tom. I'm really proud of you, Tom.
No worries.
Tithla run to there. Does that do anything?
Yeah, I can see. That's perfect.
Okay, cool. Just dash it. And then she's going to shoot her bow at the... Yeah, just at the blight, I guess. Or not the blight, the big tree.
The big tree.
This is unfortunate.
Is a name. It's Wintersplinter.
Yeah, you hear him call out the name Wintersplinter.
I'm trying to go for some sort of slur here.
Ooh.
Tree boy!
It's the big tree.
I mean... Yeah, what's the slur that you go for? I guess is the
don't ask
question.
me to do that. Don't ask me to.
You call him. Sorry, what do you call Big Tree?
Big tree. I
was sure. I
You
mean,
can't give him the T-word pass.
That's a 28 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, and then the second one is a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits as well. Let's get some damage on these.
All right, well it's okay because I rolled a 1 on the damage die.
Oh, good. Thank God. I was worried you were being a bit effective there for a moment, so I'm pleased that
it's all right. We
15
saw that
damage.
out, don't you?
Brilliant. Let me mark that off now. And what are you kind of aiming for as you pull back on your bow and take shot? Are you kind of aiming for anywhere in particular? I will say that as you see this tree kind of move around, taking on this much more humanoid appearance, this much more bipedal form, you see part of the bark higher up open up into this mouth. 2 massive whirls of wood begin to glow with this soft light.
I think. Okay. There was conversations around the gem in it, wasn't there?
Yes, there was conversations around the gem in it. More that they had taken the gem and that the were-ravens thought they might have been using it to help power this creature. They had warned you about the enormous tree.
Great. All right. Well, Tithla would sort of aim at its chest to try and find this gem. Obviously, in the heat of battle, mostly just going for a hit. But hey, if we could maybe try and... Would it be in that area? Maybe that sort of...
Do you want to make me a really quick... I mean, if you want to do this, let me know. As your bonus action, let's say, do you want to make a really quick perception or investigation check? Just to see if you do spy any weakened areas, shall we say.
Mm-hmm. Right. Perception check. 16.
16. As you examine this enormous creature and focus on its chest area, you do indeed see underneath a large portion of the bark this kind of almost like a soft green-blue glow emanating from inside its chest area. You think your instincts might be spot on there.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. There you go. That's a turn.
Brilliant. Anything else on your turn?
Then gonna run up after that.
Alrighty, and run forward up next to you. Brilliant. Alrighty. Next up in the initiative turn is Lara. Lara, seeing all of this go down, realizing that the game might be up, she is going to rush forwards, moving up along the vines, keeping to the shadows as much as possible, but breaking away from Jonor. Oh no, because Jonor, you've still got the stealth check from as long as she's within range of you. No, she'll still stay within range. She'll still stay within 30 feet of you. She doesn't want to break that plus 10 stealth check just yet. Even though the game might be up, she doesn't want to get too far away from you just in case you haven't been spied yet. She's going to rush forwards.
You can go ahead if you need to.
I don't want to just leave you behind here.
I should be okay. Look, everyone's at the front. If you need to be at the front, you can do it.
She gives you a grateful smile, and then indeed she is going to rush forwards. As she rushes up, she's going to move up along the vines, getting into position, almost like steady with the front door, seeing Luther up on the ceiling, because Luther, you had previously walked up and you were hiding around the edge on the top of the roof, if I remember correctly. As she sort of sees you...
Yeah, I'm on the roof.
She sees you, she gives you a quick signal and nods, and then looking at the giant tree, she's going to pull out her crossbow and make 2 shots with the crossbow. That first one misses as it flies wide, just disappearing over the side of Wintersplinter. The second one definitely does hit though, and that's going to deal some damage. As the arrow thunks into the foot, it takes off a chunk of bark down near its legs. It looks like she's trying to aim for its legs and feet. Not quite sure why. That is the end of her go, which brings us to Theodore.
I will be fighting my little homeboy here.
Is that what we're calling him? Your little homeboy?
My little homeboy.
I don't know how comfortable I am with that, but I've got no choice. Yeah, what would you like to attack with? Your bear claws?
We're going claws first. Now, at the risk of disadvantaging myself here, was there something about that curse that's not in there? I recall being a
poisoned.
Or did I shake that off?
No, you were poisoned. I don't think you'd shaken that off just yet.
Alright.
I believe I can bring us across.
I'll attack reckless and that'll just give me regular rolls then, so...
No, that's absolutely fine. Good, the map is all working. I had to just do a quick rearrange of some of the things on the map, but I can bring us across to the map. So those of you who are watching, the map should be up and it should be looking good. That is a 23 for the first roll. That's already looking good.
So again, I'm just tearing at this guy's chest, pulling that gaping hole open to get closer and closer to his briar heart with the intention to just tear that out.
And that is 10 slashing damage. He does not like that.
Plus 2 for the rage and then 1d6 for...
Plus 2 for the rage? Yes.
That's a whole nother one.
For your metal claw attachments. Fantastic. I'll mark that off.
Claws plus.
And then 15 for the second attack. 15 doesn't hit, unfortunately. As you bite down into him, trying to bite it and tear out the briar heart, you watch as the druid just punches you on the snout, pushing you away and knocking you. Almost knocking you back, unable to get a solid purchase on this briar heart that he has lodged in his chest. that is your full go. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your go? Bonus action.
I can't recover hit
Period.
points, so I can't use my bonus actions for that. Is there a way I can shake off the poison?
Yes. Let me quickly open the poison. So with the poison effect from the fungal servant, you may make a Constitution saving throw.
Cute. Let's go. And a +1 on that.
+1 on that. That is enough. 17 is definitely enough. You shake off the poison. You no longer need to worry about the disadvantage from the poison.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Wow, that'll be all from me then.
Fantastic. Then it is Luther's go. Luther, up on top of the building. Currently, you don't think you've been spied by the druids inside the house, inside the farmstead, but, I mean, it's hard to see where this tree's looking, this enormous animated tree. But it did step over the farmhouse to get to this position. You do get the sense it might know where you are.
Right. If I think something in my head, how does the Theo's connection work?
It's only one way. It's me to you, not you to me.
You have to speak out loud, yeah.
Because I'm just wondering, are we still honoring the one-on-one duel?
That's up to you guys.
And I'm still doing fine here.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told you to get involved if it looked like I was going to lose, and so far I'm doing okay.
yeah, and Tithla attacked the tree, not
Okay.
the druid.
I will say,
no
the
problem.
tree does look like bad news. Let me just put it that way.
A bit more threatening than the fungal douche I'm with.
That's why it'd be good to
I'll update his name.
kill the
Fungal
druid dude
douche.
real quick, and then get Theo into the fight against the tree. That'd be probably good to have. Because otherwise we don't have a tank.
No, could be.
Hey, the tank's hanging out in the house.
Oh, you do
Oh,
have
yeah.
Tithla, though. Tithla's, kind of jacked.
Yeah.
Gonna
She's never been quite oven proof.
gonna give that an insight check on that one. Insight check.
I know.
Yeah, Luther, what would you like to do?
Okay. I'm gonna run up to about here.
Yeah, sprinting closer to the edge of the roof, keeping yourself kind of on the other side of it. A little bit of a barrier between you and Wintersplinter, the enormous awakened tree. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've done 10 feet. I'll leave it for now.
Yeah.
You know what? We need Theo up and running. I'm gonna do one shot into the druid, and then my other shot into the tree.
Alrighty.
Because at least this first shot should be stealthed if the druid doesn't know I'm here.
Yeah.
The tree might know I'm here, but that doesn't. This I might hit this guy in the back.
He definitely does not know you are up on top of the building, Luther.
Perfect.
may,
All right, I'm gonna do a sharpshooter feat attack with this one to hit the druid. So if I'm rolling with advantage, this will be a -5, but it should pay off. Yeah, okay,
25
so
for the
20?
second. 20 absolutely
So
hits.
20 to hit that. So then that's
Take the first
10
damage.
piercing
Yep, 10 piercing damage with the bullet.
plus another 10 damage from the sharpshooter feat. So 20 damage.
Oh, he's not liking that, mate.
I'm also going to drop in a superiority die.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw onto this shot the menacing attack. So when I hit a creature, I'll just display it actually.
Yeah, he gets
Pretty simple
frightened.
But I also get to add the superiority die damage.
Yes, you do.
What's my superiority? 48 still.
Unfortunately, he is immune to the frightened effect, but this damage definitely still adds. I'll add another 7 damage for that.
We're all pretty high, which is good. So that's 27 damage just there.
If he asks, I can cast bullets from behind the house as a spell.
I cast Summon Bullet. Summon
I'm almost
Buckshot.
Because everything's happening so quickly, the moment you are lunging into him with your claws and biting attacks, because we're right after each other.
Yeah.
I then throw in the bullet.
The
in
only
the
thing
foray,
I'll
hopefully
add,
he won't notice.
The only thing I'll add is that guns, especially the fire hands that you're using, these old style pistols, not known for their silencers. as you hear this.
Oh, that's fine. I realise that.
As the gun explodes with the gunpowder. A plume of smoke leaving the barrel as you stand there holding it. Like this is an old, like, not a blunderbuss per se, but it's like an old flintlock pistol that you're using. A really nice one. But
hey, look,
yeah,
I think,
not the most silent of
sort
weapons.
I have to throw caution to the wind now. I just gotta like dump stuff right now.
Yeah. As the bullet strikes into the druid's back, you watch as he arches his back in pain, dropping his staff. The pain of this sort of striking him as he like looks around hurriedly and sees you up on the roof. He looks back at Theo and goes, "Looks like the terms of our deal are null and void."
I did not ask him to do that. Don't even know who he is.
That's a good point.
I've never seen that man in my life.
Make me a deception check with disadvantage. Luther, continue your turn, please.
Okay.
Let's make the
Perfect.
second
Well, that's
attack on the
happening.
tree.
Yes, I'm gonna do a second attack on the tree. Damn.
It's a 9 on the deception. He just shakes his head as he looks at you, clicking his tongue.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
gonna do
ask.
sharpshooter feat on this tree.
Are you thinking the tree's probably not a very dexterous target? That'd be fair.
Well,
It's a giant tree.
It'd be high
I mean,
AC. 17 to hit.
pull open. 17 hits.
Okay, cool. So that's 6 piercing damage, and on top of that, another 10 from the sharpshooter, so 16 damage.
Brilliant. And anything else on your turn, Luther? He's thinking about whether he's going to drop another superiority dice. Oh, we've had advantage redeemed for whoever has been the unluckiest. Okay, that's a great one. We will save that advantage, and anyone who, let's say, any one of the players. I don't think I'm counted in this, unfortunately, as the DM. It sounds like it's for the players. Anyone who rolls a let's say a fail, the next fail you can re-roll with advantage if you choose. Otherwise, it'll go to the next person and the next person. I'm happy with that.
Okay. You know what? There's a lot going on. This is pretty big. I'm just going to drop my action surge right now.
Oh shit! Okay,
Be
let's
cool.
have it.
Love it.
Let's
As you
do
like,
it. I'm
you're
gonna-
basically like Edward Kenway in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You pull out the 2 pistols, pew, pew, and then immediately holster them, pull out the next 2, and then do the. Fantastic!
All
Damn, I
right.
want to play Black Flag again now.
I'm going to do another pistol shot, but this time into the druid again.
Yep.
I'm going to do sharpshooter because I just need
Why
to get
not?
as much damage as I can.
Yep.
21 goes to 16 to hit.
16 is not enough, unfortunately, just not enough.
That's fine.
As the bullet
I'm going to use
over his head.
a superiority dice to do a precision attack. So I get to add
Adds the superiority dice.
8
Yep,
on top of that.
definitely hits. Obviously, that hits.
So that hits now.
That's now
That's another 19
25.
piercing damage.
Yeah,
That's
19.
that's a 19 piercing damage. Like so, 9 piercing and 10 on top.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
Sorry, who's
I
this
re-
against again?
The
That was
druid,
on
the
the
one who's doing
druid.
the 1v1 against Theo. In a single turn, you've done almost 52 points of damage against him.
Yep, lovely. I need to stop playing around. Like the one-on-one duel was fun until the giant tree ant decided to come to life. We need to free up our only tank out
I
there.
wanted to
Because the
kill
other
him.
one is guarding.
But what
the
about
other one's
honor?
guarding a
What
shield.
about honor?
I am guarding them.
No.
Am I getting better at the
no.
voice? No?
Yes,
And
unfortunately.
unfortunately, I can't heal myself or do a whole lot of taking.
I genuinely, and this is not a joke, I genuinely practiced that voice until I could do it.
Please tell me it was in the shower.
No, the acoustics would have been
No.
great though. I was way
Yeah?
worse than that. I did it while I was cooking, and so Alice came home. I didn't hear it because I had headphones in, listening to Raph doing the voice. She went, "What the fuck are you doing?"
What a
good,
normal
it was good.
conversation to
Just
have.
traumatizing my partner. Great.
All right.
Should
All right,
have
that's
read.
it. I'm going to attack the druid again because
Oh shit. Okay. Yep.
the only honor for Luther is vanquishing evil beings.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I'm going to do another sharpshooter feat.
I really want the druid. The
That's
next
a
like.
crit.
Fuck.
And I said
Okay.
sharpshooter before that.
Yep. Yeah. You did.
That's
Yep. You did.
nuts. All right, so it's actually
So the
10
sharpshooter gets doubled.
automatically-
So that's so you dealt 6 + 3 for the original damage. That's 9. That's you get
You say
another.
sharpshooter actually triggers the
I
crit.
I think think it would. I would be understanding that Sharpshooter would be included in the crit, because, like, Smite is. Hunter's Mark is...
rolls dice, though. The Sharpshooter... No, a crit only lets you roll additional dice.
And then we just use the maximum damage on top of it.
Where Sharpshooter adds a flat 10 damage.
Okay. In that case, then, it's going to be 6 plus 3 is the original, so that's 9. Then you get another d10 on that, which is already a max dice, that's 19. Then you get the Sharpshooter on top of that, so that's 29 points of damage.
That's still
still incredible. Holy shit. Luther, how do you want to do this?
Come on!
just this prick climbs on top of a roof while you're 1v1ing this dude and then just shoots him in the back of the head twice. Like, it's pretty bad.
I'm going to just sort of almost like grab at my pistol and just like, you know how like in the westerns they like just hit the what is it? Like, I get like they just sort of sit there and they just go boom 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 boom.
Oh, the quick draw.
Yeah, like the quick draw.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like throw in a bunch of like, so a lot of the bullets are just gonna light up this druid in the back. One just hits him square in the head, passes through. He like crumples to the ground, and as I look at Theo, sorry Theo, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The 1v1 was fun, but apologies, we have that thing to deal with, and I point to the tree.
I'm a druid. I like trees. I will not fight a tree.
I hate to say that's what you get, but that does seem nice.
Yourself.
That's outstanding.
Cool. All right, that's my 4 attacks.
Yep.
Bonus
just my 4 attacks, you know what it's like, just fighter things, right? Just my 4th attack.
Just the fighter.
Yeah.
I haven't taken any damage yet. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave that for now as my bonus action, so I'm just going to move. That tree's pretty big, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, that's fair.
35 movement, actually. Go one more. And that's all my movement done. Just get away from the tree. Yeah, cool. That's my turn done.
Brilliant. Jonor. There's a big old stack of kindling walking on 2 legs towards you.
He was smuttering under his breath. Would you kindly just summon your blights, and then I see this druid just get shot into pieces. Like, I don't need to do that anymore. Okay, big tree coming up. He whirls some fire into his hand and just launches a firebolt at the tree walking towards his mates.
Just to confirm, you've gotten "Would you kindly" as your phrase suggestion spell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. That's so good.
Would you kindly get in the bathysphere? Would you kindly pick up those, Adam? It's so good.
You kindly brain me with a golf club.
Yeah. That there's a little sister. They may look cute, but those things are dangerous. Would you kindly bash your brains out for me?
Good game. Great game.
Great game. Jonor, 17 hits the tree. Absolutely. 6 points of fire damage. Except it's not 6 points of fire damage. It looks like it's a little bit more than that. As you blast the tree with this firebolt, you watch as its upper boughs immediately catch alight in this sudden explosion of fire. And as it lets out this awful clattering of wood, this low, almost like piercing screech of wood twisting under its own weight, the tree turns its attention towards you.
And Jonor at that point is going to start. He was walking forwards. He's going to like sneak up. He spends like 10 of his movement following Lara, and then the eyes turn towards him, and he then takes more steps, like going away from the tree, heading to the side of the vineyard.
I think that's very much fair enough.
He's going to hide behind this third row of vines, and that's all for him.
Fantastic. Next up, it would be Raspip's go. So this is what you see happen. As Raspip sees the enormous tree, Jonor, you're close enough to Raspip. You hear, finally! And as he goes to move forwards, this like big ball of fire in his hands, as he steps up onto the pathway, a blight grabs him by the ankles and drags him down, causing the spell to sort of like disrupt in his hands. You hear, fuck! From up in the top corner of the vineyard. Raspip then engages in a one-on-one with this almost like twisting form of vines, much, much larger than the twig blights you've been fighting earlier. You watch as one of the vines of the vineyard, one of these grapevines, comes to life, twisting and forming into this very humanoid-looking shape that begins trying to wrap and pull him inside of itself. Raspip then basically begins using fire magic to try and burn this thing alive while it's taking him, trying to take him captive. Next up is Wintersplinter. Wintersplinter does not like people who shoot him with guns or people who burn him with fire. Wintersplinter is going to slam his arm into the ground, sending out a grasping root. Actually, first off, he's got some choices here. Yeah, first off, you watch as Wintersplinter moves up around the house. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moving over towards the two people who dealt him the most damage. Jonor's 40 foot away. Luther is, let's have a quick peek-a-roo, 30 foot away. 30 foot away. 30 foot's enough. He cannot use his grasping root, but he can do the throw. You watch as Wintersplinter reaches down, smashes off a section of the roof, and then throws it across the top of the house towards you, Luther. Could I please have you make me a dexterity saving throw? You're quite a dexterous young man.
Oh, not really young.
No, that's true. You're quite a dexterous old man. Never mind.
Not really.
You watch as Luther's back gives out as he tries to move out of the way. As this chunk of wood and masonry, stonework and tiles smashes into you, Luther, you are going to be knocked prone and you take... it's only 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Could be worse.
Not too bad.
Could be worse. As this chunk of roof smashes into you. From inside the building... Luther, you're the only one close enough to hear from inside the building. You hear the sound of worried voices as Wintersplinter carves off a section of the roof right above where the other druids were currently hiding out.
Oh my god.
As that happens.
That's hilarious.
On Styx's go, as Styx is still inside, you hear the sounds of commotion, and Styx being like, "Hello!" Then we move to the druid, who is... Yeah, so Theo, I've got some really good news for you, buddy. As this bullet takes the druid in the head, you watch as he crumples, as Luther described, just dropping prone. Inside the chest cavity, you watch as the briar heart, which was still beating until this point, open and exposed, the ribs pulled open to reveal this. You watch as the briar heart beats one last time and goes still. And as it does so, vines begin to explode out from it, wrapping around the body, pushing through the skin, bursting through, taking the place of muscle and sinew as the body is animated by these vines emerging from the briar heart. As the body begins slowly rising up in front of you, you watch as the head, no longer held up by the neck muscle, sort of lolls around lifelessly, the bullet hole still leaking blood from the center of his forehead. As the... let's call this a decay blight, is brought back. As the corpse sort of rises up, the magic that this druid seemed to wield before doesn't seem to be there anymore. But the fists, claws made of vine and stone and wood are. And as he strikes out towards you, does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
No. And what about a 7?
That one does, yes.
It does look like in the process of taking control of the corpse of the druid of the Circle of Decay, the vines still haven't fully integrated with this corpse, and it's moving jerkily, unable to sort of form the muscles it needs to move this body, as the figure just blindly misses. That's its go. Back up the top of the round, Tithla.
All right, so Tithla is going to charge at the big tree again, trying to use her slows. So 5, 15, 20, 25, Can she go to there?
Yeah, Tithla can rush up right next to the tree. Absolutely.
Great. Cool. So she's within 20 feet now. Thank you, chat, for thinking I was trying to avoid rules. I
don't think that was the impression of chat.
Skirt rules. I'm just like...
I think if you look up in the synonyms, you will find skirt and avoid quite close together.
On with this.
It's called a thesaurus, and it's not something you find buried in the...
I don't do thesauruses.
Okay.
And Tithla will pull out a vial of Super Alchemist Fire.
Super Alchemist Fire, which we also called, I think it was Distilled Alchemist Fire, but Super Alchemist Fire works too.
You had a name for it, and then Tithla called it Super Alchemist Fire, and then I've never cared to learn what you called it.
Thanks for that.
Anytime. And you will hurl it.
For those of you who think I'm the one who bullies the players, I do.
You're correct.
But they deserve it.
Again, I'm a prick, so it's all good.
Let's have a...
What am I rolling?
So if you're throwing the Alchemist Fire, it's just thrown as like it's a normal Alchemist Fire. Let me quickly pull it open, but I believe you make like a ranged spell attack. Not a ranged spell attack, you make a ranged weapon attack. You can throw the flask up to 20 feet, make a ranged attack against the creature, so it's a d20 plus your dexterity.
Alright, so I'll just hit the... And because I'm not proficient with it, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, so you just treat it as an improvised weapon, which means you don't get to add your proficiency.
Great, that's a 20 total.
That's a 20 total.
Yeah, 16 plus 4.
That obviously hits.
Oh no!
Would you like to roll me? Did I specify the Alchemist Fire damage in the Super Alchemist Fire stat block, or because I've got it written here? Did I also?
It was 15 D.
That's definitely not true. I've got it written down here.
17 D.
No, it was definitely not that. It was 3 D8s. Come on now.
Come on. Okay, we can go for more.
No, that's what it is.
That's unfortunate. 3d8, sorry. I'm trying to work out buttons and how they work.
We should make sure you can see Wintersplinter's name, because it's quite a cool... I like the name Wintersplinter.
That's 11. I would also like to think Dracob can infuse that attack. I believe... I just need to double check that it's not a bloody melee.
I'll do that 11 fire
damage. Strike when another creature within 30 feet can say hit or weapon attack.
You make a ranged weapon attack with this. It is a ranged attack, not a weapon. No, in that case, then you probably can't infuse the alchemist. Think about this logically. If you were to infuse the alchemist fire with fire as it's in your hand and then throw it, I do think that might trigger it while you're holding it.
Okay.
But
I can see it either way. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It doesn't say weapon anywhere, and it's not technically a weapon. So I would say probably it doesn't fall under. Oh, but it is used as an improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon attack rules.
I'm gonna rule that you can infuse it because it's cool that you're infusing this burning flask of fiery Greek fire, this liquid that burns petroleum. Napalm. You've taken some petrol, you've taken some polystyrene, and you've mixed them together, and now you have this vial of death that you infuse with fire. Yeah, go for it. Let's infuse it. I think it is using an improvised weapon. I'm happy to do it. Yeah.
That's another 3 points of fire damage.
3 more damage as the flask sails through the air and strikes into the side of Wintersplinter. You watch as this burning fire spreads across its bark almost instantly as the liquid is suddenly exposed to air. You watch as it immediately ignites. This sort of silvery, metallic kind of looking particulate floating in the middle of the liquid. As soon as it's exposed to air, the oil no longer containing it, it ignites. The tree is engulfed in these almost like silvery white flames. They are burning so hot. And as you infuse it with fire, the flames begin to take on this orange-red hue, burning across the bark as the tree lets out this almost ungodly scream. Anything else on your turn, Tithla?
Tithla still has the... Oh, what's the spell? The hiding one? The Pass Without Trace.
Pass Without Trace.
Never gone away, so...
yeah, you're holding it up, yeah.
So, it's sort of going to crouch a little bit and try and hide in the shadows of the...
You can try and hide in the shadows if you like as well.
It's probably going to work just as well.
Would you like to make me a stealth check, please?
Again, seeing as well, we're talking about rules.
Yeah.
Tithla can't do hide as a bonus action.
Ooh, in that
So,
case then.
I was just more for flavour.
More for flavour, as you like duck under the vines and go, please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me.
Pretty much.
Brilliant. Anything else in your turn, Tithla?
No, because you won't let me break the rules. So.
Yeah. I would also like to take 4 turns like Jared did. Yeah, but he's allowed to. That's his character sheet lets him do that. Like, yeah.
He wrote it down.
Yeah, just because the character sheet lets him do that. Lara is going to, seeing Luther kind of take a bit of a heavy hit and the top of the roof now exposed, she is going to jump up in the air and immediately turn into a raven, flying up high above as she jumps up in the air. She is going to fly up over, moving up over.
Save the day. I need to jump in. Tithla can take the hide action. Thank you.
Oh,
chat,
did you check and
as
see that you're a
bonus
goblin?
action.
You can actually do that.
Yeah, don't know what chat did.
Thanks, chat.
Would you like to quickly make a stealth check?
Yeah, 100%.
While you're doing that, Lara's going to fly up over, flying above, sort of getting a bit of a look, swooping out. That's an 8. Plus 10.
18.
Plus 10 for pass without trace. 18. As she swoops through the boughs of Wintersplinter's branches, she flaps over and hovers above you, Luther, sort of cawing as she looks down into the hole in the roof, and then flapping over, almost heading away from the roof, trying to sort of like gesture to you. You go. You can respond. It's like you can call out back to her as a free action.
No, that's fine. I sort of gathered the gist is that she's like, roof is not looking crash hot. Get off the roof. So like that's easy enough.
She's then going to fly up a little bit higher out of the range of Wintersplinter and keep an eye using her dash action to use her full movement to get a bit higher and keep a bit of a look at the battlefield. Theo, the corpse of this circle of blight druid. You can see the vines still moving underneath the skin, trying to animate this creature. What would you like to do?
So he's like kind of like propped himself up on like vines, right? He's kind of, his body's kind of hovering sort of in the air.
It looks like this is a corpse that has been taken over by vines. Is the best way to describe it. You get the sense that the druid who you were fighting against, he dead. He was shot in the head, he's dead. But the Briarheart embedded in his chest has almost brought back part of him as a blight. He has been taken over by the vines and is now a blight. Whatever remained of his personality, his soul, that shit's gone. This is just a corpse now.
Well, it is still an abomination and it's still going to die, so I'm going to recklessly attack it.
Absolutely. You have advantage.
Ooh. Glad that I have that.
That's a natural 1 for the first roll, so we'll probably be taking the second, I imagine. That's a 19. That definitely hits.
Cool.
11 points of slashing damage, and the bite
plus
attack.
2 plus that.
Plus 2 plus 1.
So I'm back to all reliable, tearing through this thing to get to that Briarheart.
Alrighty, and 8 points for the bite. That's definitely
glad I have that attacking recklessly.
17 definitely hits. 11 more points of piercing damage plus 2 for the rage. We've had a really good point from chat. Hasn't been a sanity check in a while, and watching a corpse slowly get riddled with vines as they grow through the flesh, reanimating it really quickly probably does count as something that might require sanity. Tithla, what's up?
I make a counter proposal to that? I believe in this one instance, Theo would be pleased by seeing something like that happen to these death druids, or not surprised by these death druids, like they're already tormented and they're already corrupted. Perhaps in this specific instance,
I knew we were coming here to stop abominations.
Theo, I'm going to give you advantage on your sanity roll. Well argued. That's fair enough. Let's not start that, hey. I think that's... let's not start that. So it's one of your skills. It's a custom skill?
But will it? Like, what things go into sanity? Is what I'm
Mental.
asking.
So it is your. I'll quickly play my rules again, but it's you pick either intelligence or charisma, and then it also
And then
uses your constitution.
con.
But I'm
Well,
happy
so
to.
now-
But I'm happy for you to
while
use your
I'm-
con rather than the bears.
No. That's the opposite. I want to use the bear con.
What's the difference?
The big
I lost.
difference.
Yeah,
Roll-
four total difference.
+4.
Yeah, that's the spend. I mean, the whole build.
I guess
jumped
when you're like
con
in
and
when you're
dex.
in the mind of the bear, you've taken over its body. Yeah, roll it as the normal sanity check, and then you can add the bear's con. I'm happy with that.
Oh.
Let's watch for 2 natural ones. Burn up the advantage that chat have gifted you, and then
So I've clicked the roll for it, and it's saying select ability. Do I change that to something that's not strength?
yeah, just change it to either charisma, intelligence, or wisdom, your choice, and it should roll with that.
I'm glad I got that advantage.
Perfect. That's an 8 for the first one. If you were for those of you keeping score. 13 for the second, plus another 4 takes it up to 17. Yeah. Despite the horrifying view of this creature, whatever this druid has become, you were here to kill monsters. You're here to kill these abominations. What's one more abomination? Anything else you want to turn, Theo?
I will actually use my bonus action to stop raging.
Okay. All right.
Gonna simmer down a little bit now that the immediate object of my rage is at least, 3/4 dead. I'm going to stop raging.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Next up in the initiative order is Luther.
Okay. I'm gonna stay up here for now, at least. And then look, I'm just gonna do some quick shots into the tree end. So I'm
Cool
gonna
thing,
do
this
one
actually
again.
isn't a treant.
Oh well, the big tree.
Yeah, this is a tree blight. I'll share
Get down with
the
the slurs.
That's cool.
I'll share the
Big
full
tree.
picture in the chat because it's a pretty cool looking creature. It's
Oh yeah, that
pretty
does
sick.
look cool. Awesome. Well, with that, I'm gonna try and I don't know if this thing does it have any does it also have like a briar heart or anything like that that's visible?
No, not to just like a rushed immediate investigation, but if you did want to use your bonus action to quickly make a perception or investigation check to really like hone in on your target, I think that'd be absolutely fine.
Okay, I'll do that actually.
Yeah. Perception or investigation, your choice.
I'll do perception. 7. There's too much going on with
There's a
me
lot
being
going
on
on.
the roof.
And the other thing as well, right? This thing's
Yeah.
covered in the fire that Tithla created
Oh.
when she burst the
That's true, actually.
the alchemist fire across it. If there is some sort of like special section,
Fire-infused fire.
yeah,
Um,
it's engulfed in the flames that burn around its chest.
So this building, is this currently on fire as well? Is just catching on fire?
Not yet, but it does look like the tree is burning and it is pushing through, grabbing sections of the roof off as it tries to climb up and scramble towards you. It does look like its attention has turned away from you though now currently, Luther, but I mean, it's not hard to imagine this fire spreading to the building very easily.
Okay. And there's a huge hole that I'm looking. If I look through that hole, do I see Styx?
As you gaze down into the hole, you do not see Styx immediately. With your perception of 7, all you see is an arm from underneath a crushed section of the roof.
Oh no. Look,
Not
I'm gonna say...
not a robot arm. It looks like a very humanoid-looking arm.
Okay, cool. That is better. I'm gonna use my free action, free interaction. Styx, I would leave that house post haste, come outside and fight this big tree.
I will do that right away.
Hey, that's actually good. You nailed
I told
it.
you I've been practicing. I need to be able to do all of your characters' voices if you ever go anywhere. So if you're ever away for a session, so I really had to pick up the challenge on this one because Raph set me a pretty hard one. Grinner was fucking easy.
Alright, cool.
I wish I could do Grinner's voice. Oh wait, if
This
only
one
Grinner
is
was now
good.
an NPC under the DM's control. Alrighty.
Shit. All right, I'm going to do some attacks to get into the tree. I'm going to do sharpshooter again. May as well live or die by it. Let's see if it hasn't really failed yet, but let's find out.
I prefer the second one. Let's go.
26.
That's going to hit.
So 21. So
8
that's
piercing
18
damage
piercing.
plus 10, 18 piercing damage.
And I'm going to do it again.
Why not?
That's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1. As you go to fire the pistol, it backfires with this hiss of gunpowder. You watch as the pistol begins smoking in your hand. As you look down at it, you can see that it's jammed. The bullet is jammed in the gun. You quickly try and remove it out, but that's your action gone.
Okay, no, that's fine. Do I try or do I succeed in clearing it there?
Oh yeah, at the end of your turn, you succeed in clearing out this blockage
Okay.
and get the gun back into working order.
That's no problem. Cool. Okay, I'm going to use my movement to walk down onto the ground. Because,
Not run, not jump, just walk, just meander down.
Yeah, just casual meander.
Looking up at the bird, looking up at the
Just
raven.
give a nice strut.
Yeah, have a quick
Nice
look.
little strut going
Yeah.
on.
It's your
but no,
runway. It's your
Lara-
runway, Luther.
Lara,
You use it how you want.
Look, Lara told me though to probably skedaddle off the roof, so I'll
She
take
did.
her. I'll take her advice. So, walking down this building, how much? So I use 5 feet to move into the position I am. How many feet do I use to go down to the ground?
2-story building, let's say 20 feet tall, so 20 feet.
Okay, so that's
25
5,
total.
The 25. Look, I'm just going to start moving at least a bit more to the party. I'm going to just move 10 feet this way. Cool. Let's see. Main action done. Bonus action done. Yeah, I'm all good.
Brilliant. Jonor, master of the past, present, and future, what insane magical power can you unleash upon this creature?
Does his eyes see the druid on that top level of that building? Is the section of building removed just the roof, or is there also some wall?
The
exposing
roof
them?
and an upper section of the wall. Could you make me a perception or investigation check, please, Jonor?
Yeah, for sure. Feels like a perception.
15. Jonor, your keen, enlightened Aasimar eyes peer through the gloom. No darkness can be a bar to your sight. As the light shines forth and you gaze inside the room, it does look like it is currently unoccupied.
Unoccupied. Okay.
Do you get the sense that probably if people were in there, they might have fled when part of the room collapsed? It is very possible one of them has been crushed underneath that section of roof, though. Where it dropped, it looks like it dropped very suddenly onto the windowsill, just above the windowsill, and has collapsed underneath. So if there were people looking out that window, would not have been good for one of them.
Bad times. No druids,
Bad
no
times.
problems. What's going to happen is he collects his hands in front of him, begins to circle a ball in front of him, and some of the grapes from the vine beside him get sort of sucked into this ball, and the grapes get squashed in this compressed air, and he begins to cast Shatter between the Druid and Wintersplinter. And as this ball of compressed air gets fully formed, he looks over in the distance, points with his finger, and clicks, and that compressed capsule lands between Druid and Wintersplinter, also out of range of Tithla, and
Nice.
he lets it rip for a
Shatter.
3rd level casting of Shatter.
Oh, okay. This is going to strike part of the building, including the corner of it. So there's going to be some pretty brutal damage here. I'll roll a con save for the tree blight.
This is probably not going to be correct, but does the tree blights count as a structure?
It is a plant, unsurprisingly.
Okay. Nah, I thought I'd be incorrect, but I just
Could've
wanted
been.
to. Hey, look, I was just trying to get some extra damage to the shadow.
Houses are made of wood. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's it.
Houses are made of wood and no other material. Normally a tree blight, Constitution of 20 should be pretty good at rolling con saves. I rolled shockingly bad. That is a 13. I believe that's a fail.
Yeah, 15 is the go.
I think I might use that inspiration that chat. No, I'm kidding. As the tree fails its con save.
I don't want to be that guy though.
Hello.
I believe you did get it in.
It's only for players.
No,
I've used
3
mine already.
sessions ago.
I used it.
You did?
I'm pretty sure I did. I normally keep a record of all the ones that I haven't used. I don't have one here for myself anymore. I've only got one for... I've only got an extra 1+1 now. I think I've used mine.
What about the disadvantage I gave you when I spent channel points?
Oh, it's hilarious, but you do know that doesn't count for Curse of Strahd, right?
Ah, shit. So close.
Yeah.
Dang.
Here's what you see. Is that 21 points of thunder damage that I'm reading there, Jonor?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cool. Jonor, could you roll me a D100, please?
Ooh, there we go. That's a 50.
50. Okay, 50 exactly.
Right down the middle.
Nice.
Yep, on the nose.
As this compressed ball of magic, this weave and air and grape and juice that you have compressed to this single point, as you detonate this right next to the tree and the house, Wintersplinter, you watch as one of his upper arms is blown off as this enormous thunderous damage strikes true. 21 points of damage. The side of the building, the corner, immediately is blown outwards, shrapnel flying everywhere, a few pieces narrowly missing Tithla, Lara, Luther, and Theo, as well as the corpse of the druid currently inhabited by vine blights. There's a moment where the roof kind of hangs, the section of it that's now unsupported by the walls, and as it slowly begins to tip, you watch as a single tile slides off and then clatters to the ground. The silence after this enormous sonic boom, almost deafening. And then another tile, and another. And slowly you watch as the entire top corner of the house caves in and collapses down inside upon itself. The front western wall of the house just collapsing downwards. I'm going to see if I can find some rubble that I can use to add to the map.
I hope Styx is alright.
You hear from inside, ow!
Sorry, Martinos.
Ow!
I heard they didn't want to come back to this house.
Oh, it's a shame if they wanted to live here.
Whoops.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm happy
that's,
I jumped off the roof.
That actually proved to be an incredibly good decision. I didn't see that would be the case. I was thinking, it's probably because you don't want to get it on fire. Things quite close. But yeah, that actually proved to be very, very good. Turns out I do have some picture of rubble that I can quickly add to the map. So there we go. Just the entire upper corner
that looks great.
of the manor house just collapses in on itself. Anything else on your turn, Jonor? That was pretty damn sick.
Seeing the Wintersplinter get angry at the things, he's going to then just like duck down underneath this back vine again. He's just sort of hiding from view, and that's all he does.
Very nice. Next after Jonor, we have Raspip. As you stare over towards Raspip, you can see Raspip is now struggling with two more of these vine creatures, burning them with fire as he tries to take them out. As he grabs onto one of their heads and detonates a firebolt in its face, you watch as the head of this vine blight explodes, but the body still strikes forth as Raspip seems caught in his very own kind of personal hell as these vine blights begin going after him.
I thought you had all the good magic. You never did it.
Jonor will love this. He'll love it.
Jonor just appreciates. Can I use my full action to appreciate this? Alrighty, Wintersplinter. Wintersplinter's on fire. He's had a building detonated next to him. He's really, really not happy. You watch as Wintersplinter really unsure about who to go after. The person who set them on fire, the person who detonated magic right in front of them, the person shooting them. Jared, could you please roll me? Oh no, the only person... Oh, but Theo, you are currently a bear. Actually, all of you within technically range of this. Theo.
Tithla's hidden.
Tithla, maybe. It'd be a shame if this tree had some sort of like tremor sense. Theo, could you please roll me a D8? Actually, just a D4. So we've got 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go see who Wintersplinter decides to go after.
Go on then.
Why not a D5? Let's include Raspip.
Bring it, yeah.
Let's include Raspip.
He's a bit far away. The tree doesn't care about
For the
Raspip.
betterment of humanity. That's Raspip.
That's Tithla. You're in order. It's in order of you on the overlay. 1, 2, 3 takes us to Tithla. Tithla. Unfortunately, Wintersplinter does have tremor sense. You watch as Wintersplinter rushes up towards you and then steps on you. Tithla does a I know, right? Does a 21 hit you?
Unfortunately,
It does. Yeah, I know.
it does.
That's going to be.
Yeah, I know.
18 points. 18 points of bludgeoning damage. That could have been way worse. 18 points of bludgeoning damage as Wintersplinter steps on you. Wintersplinter then turns around looking at Luther and then slams the other foot. Actually, no, he's going to slam his remaining arm into the ground. You watch as roots begin to spray out from him, heading forwards. Luther does a... 19 hit you? Yeah, 19 hits you, right?
It will ordinarily, but what I want to do is it's
not
gonna be
get
fun.
hit
I'm just
by
gonna
it.
chuck it out. I'm gonna use a reaction called because I have a level 1 light cleric. I'm gonna
Yes,
use
you do.
warding flare. So as it almost like as I see the attack coming, this ray of sun. I don't actually. It doesn't really have eyes, I guess.
We can have it more be that like you
actually-
summon this ray of light around you and the roots which normally like hide in the darkness and grow through darkness almost pull
Well, a
back
question
away.
actually: Can
Yeah.
this creature can it be blinded?
Immune
That is
to
the thing
immune
that
to
I need to
blinded
know.
and deafened, unfortunately.
Well, then this doesn't actually work.
Oh no.
So that's fine. The 19 will hit. That's
Sorry,
all right. These things happen. Shit happens.
That is going to be... So you are currently grappled. And when we get to your turn, it's going to be a quick check for me, please. As this root reaches up underneath, grabs onto you, and then almost like begins pushing through your clothes, trying to break through your skin and grow inside you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah. The great news is I can grapple all of you like this. I can take all of you at once. That's Wintersplinter's turn. Styx is going to walk out the front door, dragging one of the druids by the scruff of his neck, who he dumps down on the ground, and then turns towards you, Luther. How can I help?
That thing right there. By all means, please.
But
Attack.
you look like you are in trouble.
Attack that thing. I'm just
Okay.
pointing vigorously at the tree.
I could try and cut the roots off you.
By all means, if you want to do that, that is more than welcome. Anything.
Okay.
Just anything to do with that.
Okay. Styx then rushes up and tries to cut through the roots. That last one wasn't as good.
That's
Lost
pretty
it a
good,
bit.
actually. It wasn't too bad.
Styx is going to make an attack with the sword. That is going to be a 18 to hit the roots. The roots have an AC of 15. So that's definitely going to hit.
Nice.
That's going to deal... oops, sorry, we need to roll Styx's damage. 1d8 plus 1. That's going to deal 4 points of slashing damage as he tries to almost like cut through these roots. It does look like the roots may be a bit tougher, but they have taken a fair bit of damage. Can Styx do... Probably
You get
wouldn't.
another attack.
He does get an extra attack. I was just double checking that. Brilliant. He'll make another attack. Fantastic. Second attack is a 16 to hit. That definitely hits. He just severs the roots as he brings the longsword down a second time. He cuts through the roots. Luther, you're no longer grappled by the vines and the roots.
Well, that's good. That actually sounds pretty good.
Styx looks at you, nods, and then turns back and goes, "That is a big tree."
That it is, and it is ready for you to cut it down.
Are you sure? Trees are my friend.
Most of the time they are, but not this one.
Okay. That is Styx's turn. The druid, who is a corpse, is going to make an attack against Theo. It's something about his fucking voice I just find hilarious. Alrighty. Theo, does a 20 hit you? Unnatural.
It does, yes.
That is going to be... Aww. Can I reroll my damage? It wasn't very good.
No, you can't. Remember
Damn
what Chad
it.
said. Rules are rules.
6 points of slashing damage. Every time you say rules are rules, all I hear in my head is the cheese tax song. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts, and when the cheese drawer opens, you gotta pay the tax. It's gonna make another attack. Oh, Christ. Christ. 9 misses. This druid was a lot more capable when he was alive. That's all I'm going to say.
he really wasn't doing all that great while he's alive either, actually.
I'm just pleased he got the curse off before he died. Damn. I'm so sorry, Josh. I'm so sorry. Your amazing monster has been crippled by my terrible rolls. That's the vine blights go. That's all it can do. Tithla, it's back up the top of the round and it's your turn.
Okay, is Tithla pinned or anything, or the stomping was flavor?
Stomping was flavor. You're not pinned.
Lovely. Tithla is going to take out a little berry out of her pouch and smush it into the leg of the big tree as she casts Hunter's Mark.
Ah.
Cool.
I for sure thought there was some bizarre good berry coming, even though I know you don't have that spell.
The bad berry.
And then Tithla is going to just run away.
I mean, you can
Right.
bonus action disengage.
I just bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So we'll take that
So
attack.
you run away. Does a 25 hit you?
No, surprisingly,
I'm
because
really
super
sorry.
little.
You don't run away. As you take a step away, vines spring up from the ground as it does the vine attack and it grapples you.
Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm not very strong, so
You can
given
use
that we're talking,
Dex to try and escape grapple.
yeah, yeah. Tithla's not a tank.
But no,
What?
you said that you were, though.
What?
No, guys. Okay, I gotta let you in on a little secret here. I may have been exaggerating Tithla's toughness.
You'd
Why
never
would
do
you
that.
that?
You
Slightly.
never exaggerate.
I have no way to know.
You're the
No
most
way to know.
humblest person I know. You never exaggerate.
No, I will lie. Wouldn't exaggerate. I think Tithla is kind of freaked out and is going to try and either stab it or she can use her longbow. She's going to try her longbow. I think she has disadvantage because she's so close, but she will try with her longbow regardless.
Cool.
Does she have
Has
disadvantage?
you do, yeah, because you're grappled and in front of this creature, and it's like on top of you. Has very graciously pointed out that I should have had advantage on the attacks. Didn't matter. I rolled a 13 for that second attack, so it still misses.
Lovely. So does a 20 hit?
20 to
Great.
21. 20 hits.
Cool. I'll roll a second attack.
Nice. 28.
Oh, 11.
11.
No.
11 does not hit, but the 20 does hit. So at least there's some damage coming
Okay.
out there.
So we'll do that, which is a 2. So sorry, that's a 6, and then
Yep.
the Hunter's Mark is a 3. So that's
Would you
9,
like to
and then it
elementally
will be
infuse this?
infused.
I'm guessing
Yeah, I would love-
infuse with ice, like with cold.
Well, I don't get to choose. It just the dragons. Dracob's already fired Dracob, so
Ah,
yeah, it's a shame.
that's
It's
a shame.
crying
I wish it was a
mate.
more like effective element against this creature, but nothing we can do.
I know, right? It's
It's a
only
1. I guess I do
That's
wish
10
it
points
was
of damage, guys. We did it. That's 10.
Tithla, you watch as Wintersplinter just explodes. No.
One of those was fire.
One of those points was fire. That's true. Tithla, as this arrow strikes into Wintersplinter, you watch as Dracob just spits this little ball of fire onto the arrow after you've already fired it, and the arrow, like the feathers burn as it moves down towards the trunk of the tree, and then nothing further happens. Anything else on your turn,
Winter
Tithla?
Splinter got a splinter.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do anything. I would like, actually, if Winter Splinter could just put me down.
Hello?
That'd be ideal.
No.
Yep.
Alrighty. Lara. Luther's not too hurt. Styx is a little bit hurt. Lara's going to look over and see Tithla, who is very much hurt. I'm guessing, Tithla, you're not looking super happy?
I mean, Tith's still okay at the minute. That's the only hit Tith's taken.
Yeah. In that case, then Lara is going to fly over towards the vines, use her bonus action to shift back into her human form, or her hybrid form, as she flitters back in, Animorph style, slowly transforming, and then she is going to throw 2 knives at Wintersplinter. What is going on with my rolls tonight? No, don't worry. You watch as Lara just takes 2 knives out of their sheath and drops them on the ground, because that's just as effective as what I rolled. Oh, I dropped my knives. She bends down and slowly picks them back up again.
She's actually just flown around as a raven and dropped 2 knives in this combat.
She did some damage originally, like early on, immediately. Hasn't gone so well since.
Still more effective than Raspip.
That's fair. And Styx. Oh no, Styx looks like he's knocked out one of the druids.
Hey,
next up.
Styx also like cut the vines off my leg. That was actually, from how you were describing it, I'm really happy that he did that.
At the start of your turn, you would have taken some damage, and they would have started to grow through your flesh, making them slightly harder to get out the next time around.
Fun. That's great.
I quite like this monster. Next up in the initiative turn is Theo.
I am going to use my bonus action to turn back into my Satyr form.
Yep.
And then I will cast Flaming Sphere at the I don't know why I rolled that. But...
That's okay. Flaming Sphere.
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got a really cool token for Flaming Sphere. I should go through and like take some time to draw all of the different spell effects that you can have, so that I can then just like quickly chuck these bad boys in whenever I need them.
Yeah, you really are letting us down as it is.
Yeah, you're right. Not seeing any that I love
like
the look of.
Argue that it's a 5-foot sphere, and that tree is a lot more than 5 feet in.
I do have
general, so I don't know how he could possibly realistically make that dexterity save if I were to put it in the middle of his branches.
I do have one question. It does say that you need verbal components for this spell.
That's why I've transformed back into a Satyr.
Oh, that's very
Back
true.
to a Satyr.
That's very true. I'll switch your tokens back over. Thank you for that.
I will say this quickly. You will unfortunately have to use your bonus action to end your rage.
He
did that last turn. He did it last turn. He was already
planned out.
He's planned this from the beginning.
Nice.
You do have a good point that technically the size of this creature is actually working against it. It's still going to make a dex save, but it's going to have disadvantage on this, because it's sort of like a dex save to like get out of the way. But it is going to have disadvantage on this. And it's already got a +0 to its dex. So the first one was a 19, and I thought, we're on the money, boys. And then it was a natural 1 for the second, so that's not looking good. It's not looking good.
We're on the money, boys.
Alright, so that's 2d6?
Yes, please. Or no thanks. I mean...
Oh, I rolled 4 on my 2d6.
I have to say, Tom, every drink out of the Green Dragon flagon just tastes better.
Glad you enjoy it.
It's just everything tastes better, out of a Green Dragon flagon.
Hey?
Yeah, they do say for the only ale that's hale and true comes from the Green Dragon. I'm starting to believe it. That's 4 damage for the fire. Is that the? It's almost the lowest you can roll. That's pretty. That's unfortunate. I'll mark it off. It's fiery. I'll mark it off.
The sphere also ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried.
Technically that would be Tithla, so do you want to argue? No, I'm kidding. Tithla's wrapped up in vines nearby. No, that's okay. That's it's not actually. I mean, the tree is flammable, so it already is on fire from Tithla's earlier thing. But I guess it's more on fire now. It would be Luther's turn next. However, emerging from inside the building, you watch as one of the cloaked figures, one of the druids, pushes their way out, seemingly looking pretty pissed off, I think is the best way to describe this, as this humanoid figure pushes their way out. As they emerge from inside the house, they see Luther and Styx. Styx, who's still like dragging behind him one of the druids that he either grabbed or knocked out or pulled with him. As it looks towards Styx, it goes... You can see it's the for Raph's benefit. When he listens to this, it was the woman that was originally giving him orders. What are you doing? We gave you an order to guard the stairs. I am guarding the stairs. As he points at the vines. She looks towards you, Luther, and a big smile crosses her face.
I just shrug. I don't know.
Well, now, looks like we've got ourselves some invaders of our lands. Your blood will feed the vines. And she is going to make an attack against you. Does a... Why do I even bother to roll? 8? Nah, doesn't hit, right?
That's pretty close. Pretty close.
Pretty close? Yeah. Sure it is. Let's see what the second one is. Don't worry, it's an 11. She just steps out and you watch as she summons in her hands these 2 magical thorns, which she throws towards you. They just go on either side of you, doing nothing, just vanishing on either side of you, having missed completely. I'm going to say that like the masonry dust and the dust from the clay tiles is still like jammed around her eyes as she's trying to brush all the soot and ash off her face from the collapsed building. She's just unable to get a solid bead on you. I think I need that advantage. I have rolled really badly for the monsters tonight. Maybe I forgot to refill the Roll20 bank by not subscribing. Luther, it's your turn next. You want to kill this druid?
As the druid walks out and says that to me, how bloody do they look actually?
She looks like she's taken a little bit of a bash, but she's still very much up and okay.
Do I sort of get the same sense that this could be a similar druid, sort of to the one that we fought?
There's no open chest I'd say similar to that. There's no open chest, although there is no open chest cavity with a briar heart. So you get the sense that maybe she's still a bit more human.
As she says though about the invaders and then whiffs on both of her like attacks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock eyes on her. I'm gonna cleanse you from these lands. You're the one that came here and invaded this manor. You are the ones that need to be smited, cleansed. And then with that, I will almost like I'll move a bit to the right, almost like just move like a sudden movement. And as I'm moving, I'll throw a net. I'll cast a net over it with my bonus action.
Nice.
So that's the quick toss. So I'll do 1 superiority dice. And let's see if this hits her. So just quickly.
Unfortunately, I can't use that. I can't use that you've just redeemed because otherwise, if I break this rule for myself now,
What's happened?
Wait,
you've spent channel points. Jacob has spent channel points to give me advantage, but I can't use that. So it's just teasing me. It's just cruel.
All that salt in the wound.
Yeah, I'd call it that.
That's bocage 35. Jacob's bocage 34.
I would counter that though with Jacob. Do you really want to piss me off right now?
Honestly, if you had taken it, I was fully on board. I feel so bad for you. It's so embarrassing.
You watch as Wintersplinter regrows the arm that had been previously destroyed by Jonor's shatter spell. Luther, would you like to roll for your quick toss?
So this is with just a flat roll. Because the disadvantage now at the max sort of range is taken out by the sharpshooter feat. 11 to hit will probably miss actually.
Yeah, not quite enough for the armor class of the druid.
I'm 100% going to use my last superiority die to do the precision strike to try and get that up to something. 14
playing with Alchemist
not enough.
Fire, Jacob.
Is the 14 gonna hit?
14. It's the druid.
Really?
That's
is
enough.
Amazing.
That is the armor class. There's not much I can do about that.
Then I'm gonna pull out my pistol, and these are gonna be with advantage now. Oh, and they're restrained as well.
Yeah.
So this will be with sharpshooters always.
So that's 19 to hit. That's definitely going to hit. So that's 23 points of damage.
23 piercing damage.
Yep.
And then the next two. 17 to hit goes to 12 actually.
No, not enough for the second one. As you lower the flintlock pistol, as it goes off, it just misses the druid, kind of ducking down. The only direction she can move to avoid this is to just curl up into a ball under the net.
Yep, that's fine. this is how it goes. But she is restrained, so anyone else has advantage on her to hit her. Bonus action was used, main action used. Perfect. That'll be my turn.
Jonor, it's your turn.
Are there any more druids popping out from inside the building I can see?
It doesn't look like it. The information you got from Theo that he got from Styx and from what Lara was saying, it sounds like there were 3 more druids inside. You can see Styx has knocked out one of them, who's unconscious next to the building. One of them has emerged from inside. Lara, who did a quick flyover, if you call out to Lara, it looks like she did a flyover. You could always ask Lara what she saw inside. It's free action.
Raven, how many more to go?
You can call me Lara. I have a name. That's it. The one outside. One was crushed by the falling debris, and the other one looks like they've been knocked out by your companion there, the robot. The automaton.
Stuff. Is that druid prone?
No, but they are restrained because they currently are wrapped up in a net that Luther just sort of tossed over them gently before pulling out his gun and shooting her in the face.
Gently.
Yeah.
I love the idea of you being like a fisherman's toss as you reach into your bag and throw out this broad net, and then as it's sort of still flying through the air slowly, you just slowly pull out the 2 flintlock pistols immediately after.
Yeah, nice.
He's going to do basically the same move as last time. Collects that bundle of air and then plonks it right down onto Wintersplinter to get both the Druid and Wintersplinter. It's moved a little bit left as Jacob also has, Tithla, so hopefully not hitting the house as much. So yeah, third level casted that one again.
Oh boy.
No, let's just go a second actually.
I'll make a con save for
right up next to me.
Wintersplinter.
I don't know how she moved.
Oh, well, if Tithla is still in the same spot as last time, then looks like the house is getting hit a little bit again.
So that first roll is a natural one. Luckily, the Discord chat, our YouTube members also have the ability to earn channel points, and one of them, Tabs, has just redeemed it to give me advantage. I will roll again for that con save. The first one was a natural 1, so it's already not started well for me.
That was a quick up there, Jacob.
23! Much better. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Alright, so I can delete my alt account Tabs now.
Wait.
You don't need tabs anymore.
Thank you, Tabs. That is outstanding. So that's going to be half damage from that. So 19 halved down to 9 points of thunder damage. Tithla, you're just deafened as this, basically this explosion of sound goes off right next to your ear.
What? Who's there? What?
Watch my name.
I
Jonor,
can't see you.
anything else on... No, you're deafened, not blinded. Jonor, anything else on your turn?
What? Who said that?
That is it. That's it for him.
Not bad, Jonor. Raspip, who's currently struggling with his 2 vine blights, you watch as Raspip fills his hands with fire and blasts out in this cone, which envelops both of the blights as they begin burning away. You watch as one of them turns to ash, the other one tripping him up and slamming into him a few times as it tries to drag him back, not really letting him get away. Wintersplinter. Wintersplinter is going to really not loving this area right here. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, moving up towards Styx, Luther, Jonor, and Lara. Yes, Tithla. Do you get dragged
Does
along
it
behind?
Tithla?
Yeah, good question. No, you are held in place as the root grows out from the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, lovely.
So you are not dragged along behind it.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, you do.
Love it. I will do that with my... Can I do a bow? I can do a bow attack with that.
Yeah.
Well, you currently have it in your hands as well. Makes sense.
You still have disadvantage, but that's okay.
That's fine. I'm happy to do that. With disadvantage, does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does, obviously.
Okay, cool.
God damn it.
That's 11. Also, can Jacob infuse that?
Yes. On an attack of opportunity, what does it say?
I was just trying to vamp a touch while I clicked over to it so I could read it to you.
Yeah.
But here we go. When another creature within 30 feet, you can see,
It's
hits
a
the target
reaction.
with a weapon attack.
And
Yeah,
it's a
from
reaction.
the dragon.
I would
Yep.
say technically yes, because he's reacting to your reaction. The reaction is
Yep.
you made a weapon attack. I'd argue that you can.
Love it. That's another 3 points of fire on top of the 11 points
Yep.
of piercing.
Not bad at all. I'm not loving this music. Let's change back over to this one. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Wintersplinter is then going to make an attack against... yeah, not a big fan of you, Luther. You've been doing some bad news.
I haven't done any of the fire to it for
I
ages.
should argue, before the tree goes away, it is going to use its bonus action to bite Tithla, who is currently grappled.
Great. Before that,
Hello.
my Hunter's Mark also kicks off.
Yes, it does.
Apologies.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay.
nice.
That's just another
Extra
3.
2 damage. Brilliant, I'll add that. Tithla, does an 18 hit you?
It does.
Great. This is going to be... that's 28 points of damage, Tithla.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's really bad.
Yeah. What's that from?
So that's from the bite attack, as it uses its bonus action to bite you before moving away.
Love it.
I rolled 3d8s. I rolled an 8, a 7, and a 7 on that.
Nice. Nice.
Sorry. It's then going to use...
Sorry.
Not sorry. It's then going to use its actions. The multi-attack is going to make one branch attack against Styx, and it's going to try and grapple Luther. 20 is going to hit Styx, I believe. Let me double check. Styx armor class is 17. That is going to hit Styx. That is going to be... 18 points of damage against Styx.
For the Hunter's Mark.
What was that, sorry?
Tithla rolled a 20 to hold her Hunter's Mark.
Brilliant. You do hold your Hunter's Mark. Oh, wait, do you?
Yeah,
No.
it's 10 or half, whichever's higher, and the damage was 29, so that would be less than 20. It'd
Just
be
enough.
15,
Yep.
14, yeah.
Brilliant. That is going to be for Luther. Does a... fuck, yes.
Wait, don't I have... Didn't you say I'm doing a grapple check thing? So
No. It's making an attack against you. Sorry, I was saying it's making an attack to try and grapple you, but it's not a dexterity save. It's an attack. It is a natural 20. I am so pleased to say. That is going to be... I thought it was against Styx for a second. I thought I was going to have to recalculate the damage, but that was not on the grasping route. That was on the branch. Sorry, it was on the grasping route. I got the natural 20, not on the branch attack. That is going to be... no damage right now. So actually, the natural 20 is fucking useless. It doesn't do any damage to you.
No.
You're just grappled, because it's at the start of your turn you take damage, which means the natural 20 has no impact on your health at all. You watch Luther as these roots grow up around you and grab onto you again really tightly, but no other effect happens yet. That is your go.
Wow, nice. Thank God. I was a bit worried there for a second.
Me too. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it's going to be great. The root attack is its most powerful attack on your turn. That's Wintersplinter's go, having smashed Styx. Styx goes, ow! And then looks towards the tree, and Styx is going to make 2 attacks with the long sword. Does Styx have any smites left? Styx has smites left. Styx is going to burn 2 spell slots and smite this with a second smite. I think that's what Styx would do, let's be honest. That's going to be... I reckon Styx would do that. Alrighty. So the first attack misses with a 7. The second attack hits with a 21. That is going to be 5 points plus... So 5, and then 12 points plus 6. So 18 points for the Divine Smite. As Styx really doesn't do very much with the sword, but as the sword burns to life with radiant energy on that second strike, Styx just smashes it in and goes, I am sorry, but I have to kill you. Hello. That is Styx's full go. The druid who is trying to attack Theo no longer has advantage because you haven't attacked recklessly. It's just a normal attack. Does a... Actually, he's going to do life-draining vines. Could you please make me a dexterity saving throw, please, Theo?
Is this a spell effect?
No, this is vines springing out from inside its body, trying to spear into your chest and drain your blood.
Oh, it seems like a spell.
It's not, though. It's vines made of a creature made of vines, growing from a creature that is a corpse. It's definitely not a spell.
Oh, this is Dex? Cool.
Dex save, please.
Anyway.
Because if you're... That's a 2.
Danger sense.
Second one's a 10. Your Danger Sense. Unfortunately, your Danger Sense does not protect
Not
you.
tingling.
It doesn't ting. No tingling from your Danger Sense. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That is going to be 7 points of slashing damage. Could have been way worse, but it's not.
So I need to make a concentration check then.
Yes, please.
What is that on? What is that on? I don't actually know.
10. Because
Oh, it's just a roll. Is it?
So you just do a
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Yeah, and DC 10. That is so disappointing. And you're not a construct or an undead.
Hey.
So the natural 20. You watch as the vine blight growing through this corpse, as the vines snake in and spear into your shoulders and your very muscular biceps, all for show, not actual strength stat revealing. As the vines...
I have a +1 on strength. I'm not that weak. I'm just not very dexterous, and I have a
or constitutional.
very poor constitution.
Yeah, you just get the
Was that
sneezes.
7 damage?
Yes, 7 damage, and you watch as the blood begins to drain through these vines. They begin to almost like, very much like a mosquito's torso begins to fill up as you watch as I just had a complete mental blank on what the name of the thorax is. The name I was looking for. You watch as a mosquito's thorax begins to fill up with blood. This central sac of vines begins to fill up with blood as this large, almost like a pitcher plant, grows out from inside, full of your blood. And then as it begins to absorb back into the creature, you watch as it begins to heal the damage you had done to it. Not a lot of damage, but a little bit of damage. That is its go. At the top of the round, Tithla, as you are currently encased in these lovely, lovely roots.
It's cozy.
You start your turn by taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's not that bad.
Love it.
It's really not that bad.
It's fine.
So
is that
while
all?
you are... Yep, that's it. While you are in the roots, you are grappled. That is the only effect. You're
great.
not restrained, just grappled.
I think we might try and escape that then.
Yeah.
Can we do that with the dex save?
Yeah. Absolutely. Dex
Yeah,
or...
we'll try and wriggle out.
Yeah, Dex or Strength is fine.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, you watch as Tithla just like very, very nonchalantly just wriggles through the vines and then walks away.
She's very little.
That was scary for a minute. Okay.
Oh, for a minute
go
there, I
hide.
thought I was in trouble.
And that
But
was
I was
her
fine the
action,
whole time.
is that?
Yes, that is an action.
Right, she's going to hide. And then she's going to do healing word on herself. Because she has 3 hit points. At a 2nd level.
What does that healing word sound like? Ow, owie, owie,
Owie.
Ow, ow, ow.
Just slap it in. Slap in the healing word.
Slap it in.
10 hit
Ow,
points.
ow, ow.
I love the idea of you doing the nut bush as you do your healing word. Ow, 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 ow. For overseas people who don't know what the nut bush is, it's just a dance we do in Australia. Every high school does it for like all of high school. I don't know why. It's just this like cultural phenomenon here in Australia. It's a very specific dance, and I don't think there's any Australian who doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, I remember doing it in primary school.
Yeah,
it's
primary
it's
school
the
probably more
closest
than high
we
school.
have to any sort of like line dancing or anything like that.
Yeah,
Look up,
it is.
Nut bush with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah, every Australian will know it.
Yeah,
Well, that
it's a
and the
great
Macarena
name.
too,
You can't lie. The name Nutbush, like all of us have encoded it as children, but if you think about it for more than a few seconds as an adult, it's quite a funny name.
Oh man, I'm starting to get flashbacks now of
Why is it
primary
funny?
school doing that.
I don't want to explain it. We've already got Dragon in chat
I
going,
was not
best
with you
dad.
last night.
Were you? I bet you were, you sick fuck. Alrighty, Tithla, that's your go. Lara, seeing you in trouble, is going to rush over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She can't get to you. She's going to rush over the last little bit, and she's going to slap a healing word into you as well, because she can't do cure wounds because you're too far away. As she rushes forward, she just like holds out her hand, and you hear her mutter under her breath.
Ow, ow, ow. Not there, not there. Don't touch there.
She doesn't touch you though. She like holds out her
Don't
hand
touch
over
there.
you.
Ow.
She holds out her hand over you without touching you,
Ow.
and whispers under her breath, "The Raven Queen bless you. The power of flight and feather ray upon you, bring you back to health." And you regain 7 points of healing.
Oh, nice.
Not bad for a healing
I
word.
hit wrong. I hit damage.
Theo, it is your turn.
All right.
Tithla saved her con save for 100 spell.
Great. I was really worried about that.
Cool. I would like to move the healing word into the druid. So not the healing word. The
Okay, I'll mark that off. Healing word. No, just move the flaming sphere. 5-10. As it moves on top of the druid, does he make a dex save straight away as soon as it moves into the space? Yeah.
If it
Cool,
crashes
cool.
them, it does. Yeah.
This is for the Razorvine Blight, which is technically what he is now that he's been taken over. 8.
No.
To be fair, this is a corpse that's been reanimated by vines. It's not going to be very dexterous. 7 points of damage. I'll quickly mark that off.
Fiery damage. Does that look like it does more than it would have usually?
Theo, how do you want to do this?
Hey, nice.
Nice.
So I saw Winter Styx run up to the side, so I wasn't going to chase after him. This guy just tried to drain my blood.
Yeah.
Did the old Matrix come hither and just pulled that spear straight back into the vines, and just embers spread across it and just turned him into ash at a pile at my feet.
I love almost the idea of like the sphere slowly moving through the creature from back to front as you watch as this almost like miniature sun burns through the center of the chest as the creature kind of looks down and then collapses into it.
It popped out where the briar heart would have been, and
as you summon the flaming sphere back to you. It looks like this creature is finally dead. As the briar heart burns to ash, you watch as the rest of the creature immediately begins falling apart, turning to dust and ash, burning away into nothingness, leaving behind the staff. It's like a quarterstaff, but covered in creepy thorns and vines.
Dibs.
Anything else on your turn, Theo?
Just a couple.
I'm not going to pick up that stuff just yet. That's a bad idea.
Pick it up.
Good one. Cool. I will actually. So there's Druid still there. I don't know if there's any others. Winter Styx is still over there.
I thought you called him Splinter Sticks, but Winter Sticks is pretty funny too.
What is that? I just got a splinter. It was something. I still have an action left to do, actually.
Yes, you do.
So I.
Ooh, I'm sensing some real wrinkle brain move coming in now.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, I'm probably closer to smooth on that brain function there.
No valleys, no bumps, no ridges, no dumps.
I will wild shape myself back into.
Beyondling, yep.
I can maintain concentration. I just can't cast new spells once I'm in there, so I can keep my ball going strong.
Yep. Be a shame if you couldn't keep control of your ball.
It would be.
There you go.
A damn shame. But so far, fantastic control of my balls. I just can't rage.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Theo?
Yeah, I'll run over to Winter Styx.
Winter Splinter. And make an attack.
No, I mean, I'll actually.
You still have an attack because you've got two attacks, right?
No,
because you're a druid when you.
I use bonus action to move the flaming sphere.
And then to transform. Yeah, dang.
No, that's me all done.
No, fair enough. The druid. Whoops, too many. The druid who was currently facing off against
I will say for the druid, by the way.
Yeah.
You know how like they try to do some stuff to me.
We
Yeah.
had a bit of like a back and forth. When those vines grappled me, I'm locked eyes onto that druid. I'm still holding that gaze, even with the vines.
Okay, perfect. As she sort of has this net wrapped around her, you can see for a moment she goes to try and like get out of the net, but she is so hurt. And as she looks towards Wintersplinter and looks back at you, you watch as she shakes her head and goes, "No, not like this." And then you watch as she closes her hands in on themselves and begins to summon this magical energy in the middle of her hands. She is going to cast a spell. Okay. Let's quickly see how many of you get caught in this. Luther definitely.
Can I see her casting the spell?
Yes, you can.
Oi!
Seeing that magic being formed in her hands, I'm going to say a couple pieces of light, some light radiates out from his jacket. Looks like he sort of looks over in that direction and then just fires those arrows of light for a counterspell.
What levels? Ooh, okay. Could I get you to please? No, don't worry. Yep. You just, as you fire off these arrows of light, you watch as this energy she's coalescing as she begins to unleash it. It looks like Styx and Luther are going to be caught in this, and then this arrow of light just pops it like a bubble. And as the weave shatters the magic falling around her, you watch as she kind of looks down at her hands and looks up at the fragments of the spell, which kind of just dissipate around her. No. That is her full action. Unfortunately, that's her turn. Bonus action, she just like looks towards you, Jonor, hatred in her eyes. Luther.
Bit of thorn in your side, sorry.
Bit of a thorn in your side. Luther, at the start of your turn, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the roots that are wrapped around you.
Yep, no problem.
And then it is your turn.
As I look at this blight druid, this undead druid sort of creature, I'm going to sort of take out my pistol through Lysander's light. I'm going to cleanse thee. And then I'm going to do... I pull out my pistol and I shoot her where she is. So I'm going to do... no sharpshooter. Actually... This is with advantage. No, I'm not going to do any sharpshooter this time.
Alrighty, we'll take the 18, which is going to be 9 points of piercing damage. Yep. And your second pistol shot.
How wounded does she look?
She looks decently wounded. Like, there's 2 gunshot wounds in her chest. She's looking pretty hurt.
This is what you get for picking on the innocent. And I'm going to do... With that, I'm going to do the sharpshooter attack.
Okay.
So with advantage, let's hope this lands. 24 goes down to 19.
19, that hits.
12 piercing,
22
piercing damage.
As you level the gun, your hands, despite being wrapped up in these vines, you're not shaking, you're steady. And as you sight and fire, how do you want to do this?
Look, I'm not here to prolong her suffering or anything like that. I'm going to aim for where the heart would be, and I'm going to aim to shatter that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she has one of those briar hearts, but as you shoot her through the heart, she has a normal heart, so that has the same effect. As the bullet goes straight through the chest, you watch as she kind of like pauses for a second, stumbling forwards, trying to summon magic, and as it just dissipates around as she looks down, touches the now gaping hole in her chest, and has just enough time to sort of look at the blood before collapsing, dead.
As she does, if she focuses on me, my eyes they're filled with this vengeance, this holy vengeance, but
looks like we're starting a crusade. It's this crusade of Strahd now.
Well, the abbot has
I'm not going to forget that.
Fire within Luther. But as she does start dying from this world, from this dying from this existence, I'm going to stare at her down and I'm going to say, may Lysander, her light, may it find you. and turn you from your blight one day.
Very nice.
For now, suffer.
For now, suffer. Jonor, it is your turn. You can see Wintersplinter is burning, covered in these like white hot flames still from that alchemist fire, now orange and blue as it has burned through the fuel and is now burning Wintersplinter itself. Wintersplinter does not look very happy.
Add more fire, more fuel to the fire with a firebolt. Fire rolls around between his fingers, then he launches it, sort of like artillery strike up over top, and then clonk the top where it's not on fire.
Is that 11 damage?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Jonor, that's exactly lethal. That is mathematically, precisely, exactly lethal. How would you like to do this?
Oh, continuing the artillery strike, I reckon where the fire is making the tree trunk sort of split, as it opens up in the top, it sort of goes down like inside the, what's the starship in Star Wars called?
Oh, the Death Star. You're thinking like down the ventilation channel in the Death Star. Use the Force, Jonor.
Whispers in his ear, and then he just like sends it down into the.
Oh, do you know what could be even better? It's almost like you see this sudden premonition of exactly where the firebolt needs to go to strike it, and it's almost like this ghostly, not an after image, but a pre-image, and you just follow that pattern, the fire tracing this ghostly line that you can see.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's weave in your premonitions. I love that.
That's it.
And the tree just explodes into flame before dropping down into a pile of tinder and charcoal.
That's right, and we all scurry away unharmed.
And that's it. We won Curse of Strahd. No. That is out of initiative as Wintersplinter drops to the ground. Yeah, it is very appropriate we're doing a Star Wars reference given it was May the 4th only 2 years ago. Maybe we should have done an Edge of the Empire one shot for that. Next year. Next year.
Why not tomorrow?
It's because it's May the 7th. That's just...
Put it on a Blinsky special.
A Blinsky Star Wars special.
Somehow.
That's a mashup and a half. I'll consider it. With that, you are all out of initiative. As the flames begin to burn the pile of wood, sticks, and tinder that was once this enormous animated tree, in the very heart of the Inferno, Jonor, you can see this blood-red gemstone glowing almost hot with the flames as it burns away the trunk around it. As it begins to fall apart, Lara, seeing this, points and then rushes forwards, kicking like the dirt and the sand from the gravel over it, trying to put out the flame around this gemstone and calling out to you, Jonor. Very good, but please, you need to help me put out this fire. We need to rescue the gemstone before it is cracked by the heat.
Yep, I can do that. I then pull my arms out from the cloak, pull my hand in front of myself, and then pass the mage hand to dive into the rubble and pull off wood to then lift up grab it out.
I was going to say, if you're casting some sort of like cold or water spell, that would have been really bad. But just reaching in and grabbing the gemstone out with a mage hand, brilliant. As you pull the...
Tithla would like to use thaumaturgy to help spread a little bit of the flames to help that line of sight.
Nice. Yeah, open it up, make it easy to see. Brilliant. With the two of you working together, you don't even need to roll for it. Jonor, your mage hand rushes forwards, grabs the gemstone before pulling it free, removing it from the danger of that burning hot fire. As Lara sort of sees you at this, and what does your mage hand look like again? It's like this really muscular hand, isn't it? Because
it's a muscular,
because you got telepathy. Yeah, this like roided out mage hand clutching the gemstone. As she looks at it, she goes, "Oh, I was going to try and dive in and pull it out, but that's much better. That is much more clever."
I like to imagine that Jonor's hand is like a little bit hot. Just the heat transferring is getting to his hand. Like, that is a warm gem, and he plonks it down onto the dirt pathway just next to Styx.
Styx looks down and goes, "Hello," as he waves at the gemstone. With that,
cool.
Lara sort of like looks over and goes, "Is anyone hurt? I still can provide some healing if anyone is in real danger, if anyone is looking like they are in real trouble." And then as you turn back, you watch there's this explosion of light and fire from behind you, and as you turn around, you watch as 3 rows of the vineyard are obliterated in this blast of white-hot fire. Walking in front of it, his back to the flames, a small figure strides through, holding the arm of one of these twig blights, one of these vine blights on his shoulder, and goes, "None of you lot came to help me with that."
Well, you told us you had all the powerful magic, so we thought you'd be able to handle that and then come help us, but you did not come to help us.
I was rather caught up and busy with those blights.
Oh, with some sticks. Oh, I'm sorry these sticks hurt you, Raspip. I'm sorry, did they tear out your clothes?
Yes, and my skin, thank you very much. I would like some
Let me
healing.
get going for your ring. The ring you got on your hand.
Oh, I can't be too careful.
Should we try and kill him and take his ring while he's not here?
Tithla will
No.
provide some light healing. Tithla will do a first level healing word.
On the pip.
On the
Oh,
pip.
that's bad. That's a 6.
That's a lot of health. As you pour the healing energy into Raspip. What is your healing word to heal Raspip?
It because it varies from person to person.
Yeah.
It's sort of a guttural, instinctual thing that Tithla has no control of.
Okay.
And it's her like current impressions of this person or creature or whatever.
Good.
So with Raspip, it's just like narcissist.
What is it for Jonor?
Well, maybe we'll have to heal Jonor and
To
find
find
out.
out. I have to find out. I'm excited to this is a new character development. I like it. I'm excited to hear what everyone's unconscious utterings are.
Just Freudian slip healing.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
are slapping in the healing word, aren't you?
It's not a healing word, it's Freudian slip. I like that. This is a new version of the spell. That's good, Tom. That's really
Freudian
good.
slap.
Freudian. What did you say?
Huh?
What? Hello?
Shatter's a better spell than Firebolt.
I can't help but notice that you clearly used fire, though, against this creature, as he looks at the burning remains of Wintersplinter.
Well, I have many abilities, and I choose what's the most appropriate, and Shatter did the job.
Are there any more
As
druids that I
everyone-
can kill? Oh, there's one over there. And with that, Raspip begins walking over towards the unconscious druid lying on the ground.
Oh, is that the one with Styx?
The one Styx dragged out. As Raspip gets close to Styx, Styx looks down and
Tithla
goes,
says,
"Hello."
"Scary lady," as she casts healing word
On the druid?
You cast it on the druid.
on the druid, just to keep it to try and stabilize. Like,
No,
Oh, it's just
Tithla, we are
Okay, it's coming
killing
up.
all of these. None of these live.
Don't you want to find out if there are any others around?
Does anyone have
Yeah.
speak with dead? Because
Tithla's done
Actually,
that.
does
Tithla-
Raspip have
Tithla's-
speak with dead?
Which is fireball, and
Hellish Rebuke, Cause Fear, Catapult, Lightning Bolt, Stinking Cloud, Dimension Door, Polymorph, and Wall of Fire. No Firebolt.
All right, that's 7
No, no
points
fireball.
for the druid.
In that case, then Raspip must have used Wall of Fire to create that sudden explosion of flame.
Is this unconscious druid a Briar Hardy sword or a non-Briar Hardy sword?
Non-Briar Hardy sword, as you have a closer look.
And there's none of the other ones that were inside with Raspip coming out. They all seem.
I mean,
Or
you
the
know that there's
crushed
one
to death.
upstairs. You know there's one upstairs because there were 3 druids inside the house.
Yeah. I think you keep this one alive for questioning. I'll check inside to see if there are any more, and I Kool-Aid man my way through the front door.
as you sort of come closer to the house, I'll just quickly, after the combat, I would have just started kneeling and done a quick prayer to Lysander. As you come closer to the house, I'm just going to just be careful in there, Theo. I'm going to cast guidance on you just to give you just a little bit of a boost if you need it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Kool-Aid man my way through the front door.
Join him.
As the two of you rush inside, as the two of you rush inside, opening the front door very carefully, Jonor, Theo just smashing through the hole in the wall. As you get inside, you can see the lower ground floor. The kitchen is untouched. It seems to be just outside the zone of destruction from the collapsing roof and floor above. But 2 of the bedrooms are gone, just destroyed by this partial collapse of the side of the building. As you begin making your way up the stairs, there's ominous groanings and creakings coming from the wood, but you do make it to the top landing without any incident. As you look into the room, you can see that whatever was on this upper story, this upper floor, that whole northeastern section of the roof has just destroyed it. It has collapsed inwards. You can see a single arm emerging from the rubble, trying to almost reach out for help, but it is unmoving and still.
I go and dig at the rocks, make sure it's not a friend.
Brilliant. And Jonor, you still got your mage hand, so I guess you can help with that as well. Rather than actually physically helping with his
mage hand
just
stronger than your real hand.
The mage hand, yeah. That's the joke, right? That his mage hand is significantly stronger than himself. Yeah. As the 2 of you begin working your way to clear the rubble, it doesn't take you too long at all. And as you pull away these shards of broken timber, shattered roofing tiles, you can see the crushed body of a druid, impaled by a large section of timber that had been shattered and the splinters had driven down into their chest. It looks like they did have a briar heart, but it had been crushed by the falling roof beam and almost split open, broken and crushed, leaving the druid at the mercy of the slow suffocation of being buried inside of the rubble.
And there's a big hole in the roof, correct?
Yeah, massive hole in the roof where
Wintersplinter
pulled out a section.
Bring the flaming sphere through that hole and make sure this thing is very much dead.
In that case, then, I think we end our session tonight as you barbecue the remains of this druid, slowly cooking them. Tithla, you move forward and begin healing the unconscious druid that Styx is currently guarding. Styx will use his action to bind the hands behind of the druid. Lara literally goes, you need to bind that druid so that they cannot use magic. Okay. And with that, Styx binds them up. Luther, what would you be doing while that happens?
Okay, so we got Theo and Jonor inside the house.
Yeah.
We've got Styx.
Styx and Tithla are currently taking care of the prisoner.
Okay, they got that. I might even quickly just give Tithla my manacles, just so they can use that if they want.
Perfect.
But I'm going to stand guard, ready to help out either Jonor or Theo, just in case anything happens. I'm actually watching the house. I'm seeing if there's any potential hazards that could befall them. So I'm almost acting as just their sentry, their watch, because they've entered a precarious house.
Oh yeah. Do you want to make me, just to finish off the session tonight, would you like to make me a perception or investigation roll? Your choice.
18 for perception.
Alrighty. As you begin to peek around, you can see that the vineyard is mostly quiet. Still. If there were any remaining blights, the death of the druids who were summoning them and controlling them, along with the destruction of most of the surrounding area, seems to have broken them. You can see sections where the vines have actually collapsed off of the trellises holding the grapevines up. For now, it seems clear and safe. The roof is not likely to collapse immediately. You think you do still have a bit of time, but something's going to need to be done about it before too long, especially if it is going to rain. That section is going to get way worse. Maybe magic could be used here to help repair the damage. But otherwise, all seems still.
Oh,
seems
easy.
like
I got the cantrip mending.
Hey, after 17 hours, you could fix this entire building and charge them 30 times the going rate as the only magical tradie in Barovia.
17 hours to fix a house is pretty decent.
That's fair, actually. Using magic. True. Yeah, that's fair. Alrighty. Brilliant. I think that is a good place to wrap up. I don't want to do too much of the story without Raph and Andrew here for it. And I think that was a very, very well fought battle against the blights and Wintersplinter. So with that, we are going to wrap up there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, everybody. It is wonderful to be back streaming once again now that the computer is fully functional once more. We will see you all on Wednesday night for our Return of the Giants campaign and on Thursday night for our Avatar Legends campaign as well. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. So, until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you all again so soon. Until then, everybody, goodbye!
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Mwah.
Bye.